Hi, you're watching a Daniel Summerall Haley Terrell video production. I appreciate you coming to our channel, and I appreciate you wanting to watch the videos we post. If you have any requests, please post a comment below the video, and we will try and film them as soon as possible. Note that requests may take longer depending on how much content I have to edit or shoot during that time. Anyways, thank you for watching and enjoy the video. Roll film.
Settings. Sir Dick Daniel Family Air Wi-Fi Bluetooth Back Gen Accessibility. Button selected. Accessibility. VoiceOver. VoiceOver. Switch button. On. VoiceOver tutorial. Select the next item. On each page of this tutorial, you'll learn a new VoiceOver gesture. VoiceOver may be restricted on some pages to enable practicing the gesture taught. VoiceOver automatically reads aloud the selected on-screen item, like text or a button. You can control which item is selected by moving the selection. To select the next on-screen item, swipe from left to right with one finger. Collections. Button. Swipe one finger from left to right now to move to the next page. Swipe one finger from left to right now to move to the next page. Swipe one finger from left to right now to move to the next. Select the previous item. You just practiced the gesture to select the next item. To select the previous on-screen item, swipe from right to left with one finger. Collections. Button. Swipe one finger from right to left now to move to the next page. Activate an item. Some items can be activated, which performs their default action. This is similar to clicking the mouse on the item, or pressing a button to submit a form. To activate the selected item, tap the screen twice with one finger. Collections. Button. Double tap with one finger to move to the next page. Practice navigating. Now, you'll practice the commands you just learned by navigating a practice page. All practice pages like this will have steps to complete, a practice area, and a continue button. When you complete a step, you'll hear a sound and VoiceOver will announce the next step. This is the first step. Swipe right to select the button labeled Practice. Practice. Button. Step completed. Now, swipe right again to move to the Continue button. Step completed. Previous lesson. Button. Previous lesson. Continue. Button. Touch to select and speak an item. Another way to select an item is to tap the screen. Wherever you touch or tap, VoiceOver will select and speak the item under your finger. You can tap around the screen, or drag your finger, to immediately select a different item. Swipe right to reach the practice area, which has a list of ingredients for fruit salad. Fruit salad ingredients. Step completed. Now, starting near the center right side of the screen, drag one finger around until you hear an ingredient, then keep dragging downward slowly until you select the item labeled apples, strawberries, pears, grapes, peaches, blueberries, bananas. Step completed. Now, continue dragging downward to the bottom center of the screen to select the Continue button. Double tap it to move to the next page. Continue. Button. Scroll. In the scroll area, doing a scroll gesture will move to a screen or page in the direction you scroll. You can swipe with 3 fingers in any direction to complete the scroll gesture. Practice it now. Swipe right to select the vertical scroll area. Step completed. Now, swipe up with 3 fingers to scroll down. Page 1 of 2. Middle right side. Quarter width of screen. Axle view service. Page 2 of 2. Step completed. Now, swipe right to select the horizontal scroll area. Continue. Button. Step completed. Now, swipe from right to left with 3 fingers to scroll right. Step completed. Now, swipe from left to right with 3 fingers to scroll left. Page 1 of 2. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Continue. Button. Pause VoiceOver speech. You can temporarily disable VoiceOver using the pause gesture. Repeating the gesture or moving selection to another item will restart speech. Tap once with 2 fingers. Continue. Button. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Previous lesson. Continue. But adjust the speaking rate. On this page, you'll use a slider to adjust VoiceOver's speaking rate, or how quickly or slowly it speaks. Swipe right to select the practice area. Speaking rate is now 50%. Adjustable. Step completed. Now, swipe down to decrease the slider value. This will make VoiceOver speak slower. Step completed. Now, swipe up to increase the slider value. This will make VoiceOver speak faster. Step completed. Now, adjust the speaking rate until it is comfortable, then swipe right. Speaking rate is now 55%. Speaking rate is now 50%. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Speaking rate is 50%. Continue to the next page if it is a comfortable speed. If it is not, go back to the slider to adjust it. Continue. Button. VoiceOver Essentials completed. Great job! Now you've learned how to interact with on-screen items using VoiceOver. In the next collection, you'll learn VoiceOver gestures to navigate across your device. Double tap the Continue button to go to the next collection. Continue. Button. Home gesture. Use the home gesture to unlock your iPad, or to go to the home screen when your iPad is unlocked. Practice the home gesture now without leaving the tutorial. Slide 1 finger up from the bottom edge of the screen and lift it when you hear 2 rising tones. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Continue. Button. App Switcher. To cycle between apps without going to the home screen, use the App Switcher gesture, then swipe left or right until the app you want is selected, then double tap to switch to it. Practice the App Switcher gesture now without leaving the tutorial. Slide 1 finger up from the bottom edge of the screen and lift it when you hear 3 tones. Step completed. You've completed Continue. But Control Center. Control Center gives you quick access to the things you do most. You can use Control Center to quickly take a picture, turn on Wi-Fi, and more. Practice the gesture to open it here. Slide 1 finger down from the top edge of the screen and lift it after you hear 2 rising tones. Control Center. Control Center gives you quick access. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Slide 1 finger down from the top edge. Continue. But Notification Center. Notification Center shows your notifications history, allowing you to scroll back to what you've missed. Practice the gesture to open it here. Slide 1 finger down from the top edge of the screen and lift it after you hear 3 rising tones. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Continue. But the 2-finger scrub, or escape, gesture. The 2-finger scrub, or escape gesture, dismisses an alert or returns to the previous screen. Use it to dismiss Control Center, for example. Practice it now. Quickly swipe 2 fingers back and forth and back again. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Continue. But screen curtain. The screen curtain gesture turns the display black as if it's turned off, but the screen contents are still active. You may want to use this for privacy reasons. You will now practice turning the screen curtain on and off. Triple tap with 3 fingers to turn on screen curtain. Screen curtain on. Step completed. Now, triple tap with 3 fingers again to turn off screen curtain. Screen curtain off. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Triple tap with 3 continue. But navigate your iPad completed. You've learned several VoiceOver gestures to navigate across your iPad. In the next collection, you will learn to use the VoiceOver rotor, a tool which enables VoiceOver customization and efficient navigation. Double tap the Continue button to go to the next collection. Continue. Button. The rotor. The rotor is a bidirectional wheel you can use to control VoiceOver. Some items, like speaking rate, are quickly available using the rotor. You can also enable different navigation and input methods, and customize the rotor. To use the rotor, you will rotate 2 fingers as if you're turning a dial. Practice the gesture to select a rotor item. Place 2 fingers on the screen and rotate them clockwise or counterclockwise. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Continue. Button. Practice the rotor gestures. Once you've selected a rotor item, you will swipe up or down to navigate by items or options within the current rotor item. Practice these gestures now. Perform the rotor gesture. Step completed. Now, swipe down with 1 finger. This moves VoiceOver to the next rotor item. Step completed. Now, swipe up with 1 finger. This moves VoiceOver to the previous rotor item. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Swipe down with 1, swipe up with Continue. But practice using the rotor. Now that you know all of the gestures to use the rotor, try using them in the practice section to navigate a sentence by word. Swipe right to select the practice area. Here is some text. Navigate it word by word with the rotor. Step completed. Now, perform the rotor gesture. Step completed. Now, repeat until you hear words. Step completed. Now, swipe down and hear each word. Step completed. You've completed all of this. Retry practice. Button. Practice using the rotor. Now that you know all of the gestures to use the rotor, try using them in the practice section to navigate a sentence by word. Here is some text. Speaking rate. Words. Step. Here is some text. Retry Continue. You've completed the VoiceOver rotor collection. You learned and practiced the VoiceOver rotor, an essential tool for VoiceOver navigation. Next you will learn more VoiceOver interaction gestures. Double tap the Continue button to go to the next collection. Continue. Button. Open an item's action menu. Some items have actions available beyond the activate action. For example, on the notification, you can open it, clear it, or open its options menu. If an item has actions available, VoiceOver will announce that when you select it. You will swipe up or down to cycle through the actions, and then double tap to perform the one you've selected. Swipe right to select the practice area. Play sounds. Button. Actions available. Step completed. Now, Swipe down with one finger. Sound 1, step completed. Now, double tap to activate the action and hear the first sound. Step completed. Now, swipe down again to cycle to the second sound and activate it to hear it. Sound 2. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Continue. Button. The long press gesture. The long press gesture often reveals additional actions you can perform on an item, like message reactions or a contextual menu. To use long press with VoiceOver, triple tap the screen with one finger. Swipe right to select the practice area. Like this message if you're enjoying learning VoiceOver. Step completed. Now, triple tap the screen with one finger. Step completed. Now, swipe to navigate through the menu, then double tap to activate one of the menu items. Like. Button. Like. Button. Like. The dismiss context menu. Dislike. But like. Button. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Like this message if you're enjoying learning VoiceOver. Swipe right to select the practice area. Completed. Triple tap this. Swipe to navigate. Like this. Continue. Button. Stop or start the current action with the magic tap. If media is playing, use the magic tap gesture to pause or play, regardless of the current app. Some apps also customize this gesture to activate the main control. For example, the capture button in camera, and the call or hang up button on phone. Practice it now. Swipe right to select the practice area. Start sound. Button. Step completed. Now, double tap the button as normal to hear the start sound. Step completed. Now, double tap with two fingers to hear the stop sound. Stop sound. Speech off. Speech on. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Continue. Button. Advanced VoiceOver commands completed. You learned more gestures for interacting with VoiceOver items. Continue on to the next collection to learn how to type with VoiceOver. Double tap the Continue button to go to the next collection. Continue. Button. Keyboard typing styles. There are 3 styles to type with VoiceOver. These are standard typing, touch typing, and direct touch typing. You will choose one here, but you can change it in settings at any time. Swipe right to hear detailed descriptions of each style and select which one you'd prefer before practicing typing on the next page. Typing style. Heading. Selected. Standard typing. For this style, you'll use standard navigation and activation gestures to move between and type keys. Button. Selected. Standard typing for this style. Touch typing for this. Direct touch typing for this style. You'll drag one finger across the keyboard and lift your finger to type the letter you hear. Button. Direct touch typing for this style. You will type as a sighted user would with VoiceOver gestures disabled on the keyboard. Button. Continue. Button. Keyboard typing. Now practice using VoiceOver to type in the text field. Go back to the previous page if you want to select a different typing style. Swipe right to select the practice area. Type here. Text field. Step completed. Now, double tap with one finger to show the keyboard. And keyboard visible. Step completed. Now, tap or drag your finger to the bottom half of the screen to select the keys. Then try typing the letter. Text field. Is editing. Type here. Word mode. Insertion point at start. Numbers. Cap Z. Zulu. Selected. Shift Cap H. Step completed. Now, keep typing the message, and press the return key when you're finished. S. E. Echo. Actions available. Return. P. Delete. E. Cap H. Emoji. Selected. Cap J. Cap H. Cap H. E. E. K. L. 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 I. O. O. Space. Space. Numbers. Shift. Cap E. Cap W. Cap W. K. O. O. T. R. R. Period. L. L. C. F. D. D. Period. Return. Step completed. You've completed all of the steps on this page. Swipe right to select the practice area. Completed. Double tap with one finger to show the keyboard. Completed. Tap or drag here. Keep typing of Hello World. Text field. Continue. Button. You've completed the VoiceOver text entry collection. You tried typing with VoiceOver with at least one of the typing styles. Continue on to the last collection to learn how to access more resources for using VoiceOver. Double tap the Continue button to go next up. Act completed. Text entry with VoiceOver. Next up. Previous lesson. Continue. Button. Speech and output settings. Heading level 1. VoiceOver settings. You can customize your VoiceOver. Done. Button. VoiceOver tutorial. VoiceOver speech and output settings. Head VoiceOver settings. You can customize your VoiceOver experience and learn what's new in VoiceOver in the settings app by going to accessibility and then VoiceOver. Speech and output settings. Change the speaking rate, voice, and verbosity. Set braille input and output. Command settings. Heading level 1. Choose any gesture for any command. Add or remove rotor items. And customize typing. Quick settings. Heading. Access specific VoiceOver settings at any time by quadruple tapping with 2 fingers. Continue. Button. Previous lesson. Continue. VoiceOver details. Heading level 1. Find more detailed descriptions of gestures, how to use braille displays with VoiceOver, and explanations of all of the VoiceOver settings. iOS information. Heading level. The user guide also has detailed information about many features across iOS beyond VoiceOver. How to open it. Heading level 1. The user guide is available on the web or in the Tips app under User Guides. Continue. Button. You've completed the VoiceOver tutorial. Congratulations. Go back to the collections page to review earlier lessons or activate the Done button to leave the tutorial. Go to collections page. Button. Completed. You've done. Button. Settings.
You've been watching Daniel Summerall Haley Terrell Video Productions. This presentation was copyright 2024 Daniel Summerall Haley Terrell Video Productions, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed it, please feel free to give a like, share, post a comment saying you liked it, and subscribe. I appreciate any subscriptions and comments that we receive, as I know does Haley. If you have any requests for videos you'd like to have filmed, please post them in the comments, bearing in mind that I have content that may need to be shot or may need to be edited before I get to your request. But rest assured, your request will be filmed, and I will give you credit in the description to acknowledge your request. I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, please feel free, like I said, to post a comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned now for music credits and a final closing message. Oh, and I almost forgot. Our royalty-free music comes to us from audionautics.com. AUDIONAUTIX.com. Go check them out, and if you can, tell them Daniel Summerall sent you. As of December 2023, I have begun using music from the YouTube audio library. So when Audionautics music is not being used, that is where the music comes from. Before we go, a reminder to check out my community tab for updates, transcripts, and much, much more. Take care, everyone. This has been a Daniel Summerall YouTube video presentation. Thanks for watching, everyone.